Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. We're going to try and do some stamping today. I'm new to stamping and I learned everything that I know from Polish Pony. So I will put a link to Pony's channel in the description box down below, and she's got a detailed video, and once I'd followed that it clicked into place. At least I figured out what I was doing wrong anyway, and I'll explain what I was doing wrong as I go through this. So I've had this manicure on. I redid this with this dark green. I haven't got the bottle with me, but this is Orly Green with Envy. And this one here is Mavala Black Knight, which is a very, very, very dark green. I think you can see that shimmer in there. That's a bit better. I just had to clean the lens in the phone. Must have been rattling around in the bottom of my bag. Right, okay, so I'm going to do some stamping on this hand here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp these three fingers here with the darker green, and this finger here with a white stamping polish, which is Snow Queen from For Your Nails Only. So you can see the darker shade and the white stamping, and see what the images come out like. So before you begin stamping, you need to make sure that you've got a clean surface, because there's I always create lots of mess anyway. So just make sure you give yourself enough space. I never have enough space when I'm filming, so we'll see how we get on with this. I'm just putting my jewellery back on after putting some cream on my hands. Okay, so the tools that you'll need some pure acetone. You will need a stamping plate, and I'm going to use this one today, which is the I Love Nail Art, and I got this from Rainbow Connection, and we're going to use this bubble design here. The liquid latex, some cotton pads, and the polishes that you're going to use. And you're also going to need a scraper. This came in a pack with a stamper that I bought, which wasn't this one actually, but yeah, any kind of this sort of plastic credit card kind of plastic, yeah, but this was, as you can see, from Rainbow Connection. And the stamper that I'm going to use is this one. Again, I also got from Rainbow Connection. I do have a clear jelly stamper, but it's really small, and I've ordered one of the jumbo ones, which is going to be arriving later this week. But for now, we're going to use this one, which is fairly firm, not too squidgy or sticky, but it seems to be working for me at the moment. So and also some water and a damp cotton pad to clean the stamper head. I'm trying to concentrate on too many things at once, so I'm not. I've just dampened the sponge there. The cotton pad. Right, okay, so give myself a little bit more room. So I'm going to put the skin protector on, which is the liquid latex. So this just goes around the cuticles. And you've seen me use this before when I did the gradient. When it dries down, it just dries clear, and then you can peel it off so that you don't get lots of polish and have to use lots of acetone afterwards. So I'm going to pause and finish the rest and come back. Okay, so that's been applied around each of the fingers and the thumb, and by the time I get to each finger it should be dried completely. Hopefully that's in focus. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to use this pattern here, and I'm going to do the paler green fingers first. So I'm going to use this darker green and I think one of the things that makes this more successful is if you are as quick as possible. So I'm putting quite an amount of, a good amount of polish on there, because this isn't specifically a stamping polish, although it does stamp. And what I do is I scrape that along till you can see it in all of the indents. Just press it lightly and it transfers onto the stamper. Oops, I almost got the wrong finger, and then I just roll it across. Okay, so that didn't work too well. You see that there? That didn't work too well because I probably left it too long. So it's not picked up everything there. So in these situations, what I would do, this is just me, very lightly remove that with some acetone. Lightly enough that it doesn't remove the base polish, which I applied yesterday, so it's adhered quite well. I'm going to try that again. So with the damp cotton pad, why do I keep forgetting the names for a cotton pad? Cotton pad. With a damp cotton pad, clean the stamper head, and what I'm doing here is just cleaning the scraper. So clean the scraper off there with a pad that's got some acetone, and then I take an acetone soap pad and there you go, sorry, and clean the plate. Just rub the plate, clean the polish off, and because it's acetone it just evaporates immediately. So let's try that again, because I wasn't happy with that one, and I'll just be a bit, I'll stop talking and I'll just show you what I'm doing, because the more I talk, the longer it takes me. Okay, so that's worked better. Not perfect, but good enough for this one. So clean the stamp head again. So I'm just cleaning with the damp sponge. I don't know what's wrong with my head that I keep calling cotton pad sponges. It's just because I'm wetting it too much. Okay. Right, so clean the plate. Get your stamper ready, get your scraper ready. Try not to spill the polish everywhere. Roll it over. Didn't quite get the edge there that time. Okay. Clean the stamper head. So it's very methodical once you get into a groove. This isn't particularly opaque polish, and it's not specifically stamping polish, but it does work, and I just like the fact that it's a dark grey rather than a dark green rather than a black. That didn't work so well at all, really, but good enough for the purposes of showing you what I'm doing here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these two are okay actually. This one's a bit wonky, but it's the little finger, so we'll see. I might, under normal circumstances, have just done that one again, if I was going to be a complete perfectionist. Okay, so we'll do the thumb, and then we'll do the white polish on the darker nail. Press down lightly. One of the things that I was getting completely wrong when I started stamping, or started attempting to stamp, was I wasn't putting enough polish on, and I was pressing down too hard and it wouldn't pick up. But apart from, let's try and ignore that one. So it's messy, it takes practice. There's definitely a technique to it. However, that doesn't always work. It depends on what polish you're using. It depends on the quality of the plate. So, yeah, there really are lots of variables that go into stamping, and it can be infuriating. Like I said, a lot of things really didn't click into place for me until I watched Polish Pony's video. So we're going to do the accent nail now with the white polish from Snow Queen polish from For Your Nails Only. Now you're not going to see this as clearly on the stamper head. Oh, you might do. And this is a specific stamping polish. So it's formulated and sold as a stamping polish. So again, just scrape down with an amount of pressure. Not too hard that you spread it too far. Press down. That seems to have picked up quite well. Don't dilly-dally. Get that on as quickly as possible. Now that is because it's, apart from that tiny little bit there, that's applied much better, probably because it is specifically a stamping polish. Okay, so I'm going to do the cleanup. You don't need to look at that. But what I will do is I'll take just peel off the liquid latex, and anything that's remaining here around the cuticles you just clean up with either your clean up pen or your clean up brush. Oh, it's not wanting to focus. But yeah, I'm going to clean the cuticles and come back and put a top coat on. Okay, so off camera I took the latex barrier off, did some clean up around the cuticles, and actually I redid the little finger just because it was really bad. Yeah, so I think you can see there that there's definitely a difference in terms of success when you use a specific stamping polish. You get lots of the detail there, and you miss that here if you let it dry too quickly. There's too many chances really for it to go wrong if it's not specifically a stamping polish. But that's all the fun of it really, just trying out what you've got, seeing if it works, trying different techniques. I'm sure there's probably a better way, and as I said earlier, please check out Polish Pony. I'm going to put a top coat on now just to finish this off. I've hardly got any of this left because it's so good. It's Polish Me Royalties Looking Glass top coat. This is great top coat. Okay, I'm going to finish the rest and come back. Okay, there we go. So that's the top coat on all of the nails. I've just noticed here. How did I not see that? A load of white there around that nail. Okay. Right, that's that finished. That's the complete look with the trying out some stamping. So I usually try this once, twice a week. I'm trying out the plates that I've got at the moment. I've not got that many actually. I've got about 5 or 6 plates. This was the first one I ever bought. And I would say it's a good way to, like, you know, cover up that second day manicure if you're getting a little bit of tip wear and you just want to cover up some imperfections. Yeah, and there's so many patterns and designs to try. I'm really getting into stamping, so let me know what you think. Have you tried stamping? Have you having any difficulties with it? Not that I would necessarily be able to help, but yeah, just let me know what you think. And if you, I mean, I hesitate to say I'll do tutorials on manicures because I'm literally just playing around really at the moment and trying different things out. So if you'd like to see me do that and look at some of my failures and where I'm going horribly wrong along the way, then let me know and I'm more than happy to share that. But yeah, okay, so thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.